Welcome, Nerd Nation. If you love the nerd life ranging from the movies to anime to comic books to everything else in between, then be sure to stay tuned and listen carefully because this is Zero to Hero.
Oh, mine's inappropriate, huh?
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Zero to Hero. It's a small podcast me and some friends put together because we wanted to talk about the things we wanted to talk about, like movies,
anime,
TV shows,
comics,
video games,
like everything in between.
Pop culture. You know what I'm trying to say here. Week to week, we bring 3 topics for you to discuss. How would you like to start us off today, Wyatt?
Upcoming video games. 2017.
But not just video
games.
games.
Any video games, though. Horror video games.
I don't understand why you enjoy horror games so much. It's like you're paying money to piss yourself.
Yeah, but you do the same thing for movies, though.
You do the same thing for movies. You do the same things for roller coasters.
But at the same time, like movies, it's like you're in a stationary experience.
You're paying for the thrill.
Anything to give you an adrenaline rush.
Right.
Yeah, I guess.
And especially with VR coming up.
Yeah.
You're going to have a lot of that. You're going to have a lot of the first person, put yourself in that horror scenario.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Is that something you're excited for? You think you're going to jump into?
I've already played some of the VR horror games like Rush of Blood, Dawn Rush of Blood.
Did you like it?
Oh, yeah, it was pretty fun. It was a lot of fun. I didn't get as scared as some people. Christian was like, he sat me down, he's like, dude, you gotta play this game. I don't even know what game. It was the first horror game. You're like, it's the horror game. We're gonna have you sit down and play it. You're gonna
It's the kitchen. Yourself. It's the kitchen demo for the VR. Yeah.
Okay.
I sat down and I was like, something jumped on me.
So what he's trying to say is he's got brass balls and he does. These don't affect
Okay.
Wyatt
Yeah, I
Craven.
got you. Nothing affects
Do
me.
you think that VR will put a new twist on horror games and how much scarier they are for you?
Absolutely. Let's imagine if Outlast were to come out as a VR game.
No, fuck that game. That game literally scared the living shit out of me.
Right? But imagine now you're getting chased down a hallway and you got this VR headset on, so all you're seeing is just what's in front of you, then you turn around, and instead of turning around in real life where you can escape it and be like, okay, no, you turn around and there's, oh god, like they're right behind you. There's nothing you can do. You can't escape that situation.
Here's the thing, though. I am literally going to want to get the fuck out of my seat and book it to the next room or
I don't blame
whatever, because that's gonna literally scare the shit out of me. If I literally turn my head with the VR and see that shit, I'm gonna want to react my whole body. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I've seen like people play video games like where they're like climbing a cliff and they literally
fall. Have you seen those stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like the VR things. They start to fall and they just straight fall on his face.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right. I don't want to do that playing a scary game. I don't want to do that. Like that's a whole new twist to it for real.
I understand about that, but that's what I'm saying. With VR, I've experienced. I own one, but like it's like in your grill, and I don't know if I can handle like you're saying. Like I can barely handle Outlast on a television screen that's 6 feet away from me. I don't know if I can handle it being like in my face.
Just imagine that.
Away.
That's.
I am, and I'm already getting scared.
Yeah,
like,
that's what the
why would I
VR is
want
going
to do
to bring.
that?
That's what the VR is going to bring to horror games. Right. Speaking of Outlast, first game on my list, Outlast 2 is coming up.
Okay.
Would you guys play that?
I mean, like we were talking about before, the first one scared the living shit out of me.
I gotta beat the first one first, because literally I gotta get past it by myself. Like,
I got that.
I'm gonna feel like a wuss going into.
I couldn't play it.
One.
I had a girlfriend who played the hell out of it, and like she just enjoyed it. But like I just watched her play, and I was just like, okay, I'll do it. We beat it that way. But other than that, I don't know if I can sit there and play that game. It literally.
Wait, are you telling me that the girlfriend that I'm definitely thinking of had bigger balls than you?
I can see it.
All right, we can continue on. So, Overkill, The Walking Dead. Is that even a horror game?
I guess it is. I mean,
yeah.
It was on the list. It makes the list, right?
Was this the Walking Dead Telltale?
No, this is Overkill. It's
okay.
So it's their version of it. It's going to be an actual zombie game. It's going to be legit horror, but it's also going to be like a survival kind of situation, kind of like Forest, if you've heard of that game.
Oh,
yeah, you know what I'm talking about. So it's going to be that kind of game. It's going to be an action.
It's really a good game.
It's what they consider an action, role-playing, survival, horror, and stealth game. These are the categories.
So you're saying it's like Minecraft on roids, like
basically with high definition graphics.
Zombies.
Yeah, zombies. It's going to be high definition zombies. Walking Dead. They said this one is going to stay more true to the actual storyline, the original storyline,
right?
Instead of straying
like what
off.
you see on TV.
Yeah, instead of straying off and making its own thing. So you're actually going to
I
get
could
to
get down
play
with
that
that.
situation, which I think would be cool.
I like the idea. I want to see more of it before I.
To be honest, I thought you were like talking like this is gonna be just like maybe a Resident Evil game or maybe even I don't know, just a outlandish version of zombies, Call of Duty, where zombies are all around you. You know.
Right.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Or if you
exactly.
or if you played 7 Days to Die or
I heard that's a really good game.
Yeah.
Actually, it's a lot like Minecraft. It's always zombies.
Yeah.
So, I own it. Not that good of a game.
Oh, okay. Well,
But then again, I'm not a fan of Minecraft.
here
either.
first.
I'm not
I have a
Minecraft
couple
either,
friends.
so-
Justin, he listens to it. He bought it, and he told me I should really get it too.
Well,
Shout out to Justin.
Yeah,
See you,
but
bro.
you guys are, like I said, you guys are a fan of Minecraft. I've never been a big fan of Minecraft. I know that it's
I don't think you know Minecraft to say that. Like I'm not being mean.
No,
I'm just
no,
telling you like
but,
I don't think you've got to experience Minecraft to know
I
that.
bought Minecraft. I played it with dude. You were the first person.
I
you
know.
were the
I
person
got
that brought me
I got
onto
him to buy Minecraft.
See,
I'm proud of
here's
that. But
the
like
thing, though. The reason we like Minecraft so much is because we were there from like almost the startup.
Right.
So we got to see
That
it
is very
evolve
true.
over all these years.
Yeah.
We got to see it like like when it was just in what was that? It was just like beta. Like there was like
Pre-alpha.
one there was like one map and you had to like create a little account online to go play it.
Right. No, yeah, I remember
Yeah.
that.
So I think that's why we were hit so hard with Minecraft.
So that's my definitely 7 Days to Die. 7 days, isn't it
7 days. 7.
I think so.
Watch
7
out.
days
'cause
is something.
7 is in the
Yeah,
title.
7 days.
That's
you know,
all I'm
is
sure
definitely
about
the
for
title. But you guys might actually enjoy the game.
Yeah.
But as far as me not being that kind of fan of video games,
Yeah.
I definitely didn't jump on board like crazy.
I get you, dog.
Right,
I mean,
yeah.
that makes sense. I get that.
Okay. All right, so up next we've got, have we all played PT? Leonard, I don't know if you have.
No.
Okay.
Uh-uh.
Christian,
So
you played PT.
So those who don't know, PT was a playable trailer for this. Hideo Kojima, the guy who's making Death Stranding and stuff.
Right.
Before all that happened, he split off from the thing. Him and Guillermo del Toro, God, these names are hard to pronounce. Were partnering on a project where there's going to be a new Silent Hill game. So PlayStation was backing it, and they're like, "Hey, there's a teaser trailer, which is really a gameplay. We play it on PlayStation right now. It's called PT for playable trailer. Everybody played it. Everybody got scared shitless. It was really, really good. And then he left, and the whole thing got canceled. So what this says, I think you're about to talk about Allison Road.
I'm going to talk about
Allison Road.
that's right.
These fans got together and were like, "We really like that. It's sad that didn't go as was planned. We're gonna make that game." So they basically kept the same ideas and concept, and is gonna make a really hyper-realistic horror game.
Right.
Okay.
And what
I
I've
got you.
what I've seen from the gameplay, because they do have a little bit of gameplay up
It's
there. It's
sexy,
like
those
13.
graphics.
It is. It
It's
is so
overdone,
sexy.
like,
It's so
You
realistic.
forget that, yeah, it looks really crystal clear.
Yes, it
The
does.
engine they're using is really,
And
really
I
important.
think it's more of a wide open space than PT was, because clearly, I mean, it's obviously not the same game, but I mean, it's still got the same style. So like you'd walk into a full house and you get to go through a full house, whereas in PT you would only have a small hallway and it keeps looping around. So you get like a hallway and you go down another hallway and down a staircase, and then you open a door and you're back in that hallway and it has you on this continuous loop. Instead of that, you actually get to walk from the outside of the house into a house, all around the house, and there's still hallways and stuff. So you're like trapped inside of this house instead of just like two narrow hallways. Because I mean, PT, I mean, even though it was a playable trailer and it was just a little teaser for the game,
Right.
it was very cheaply made.
Yeah, obviously, but I mean, scary house game. It's on the list of me not playing because it just seems really scary.
I would love it.
That's too tight of a corridor, you know, in this weird creepy
I don't know.
house.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
But I was a fan of the Silent Hill movies and the video games before.
This is like in the spirit of that.
It's in the, so it's not exactly a follow up on any of these
No,
games.
No, this
Okay,
was
so
like
this
its own
is-
spin-off type.
This
Yeah.
is fresh.
This is
This
So
is kind of like Final
imagine-
Fantasy 15 being its own storyline.
Sure. I
I mean,
guess you could
just
say that.
you know,
No, I get what you're
general
saying.
concept
That's
of it.
yeah.
Now let's imagine, even though this is a fan-made game, imagine if after you beat this game, you turn around and you've got Norman Reedus standing there. Like, oh
There we
man,
go.
because that's how if
There
you
we
beat PT,
You got Norman Reedus
you realize you've been playing with Norman Reedus this whole
the whole
time.
time.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
But then they canceled that game. Isn't that so sad?
Then they cancel that game,
Yeah.
but
Damn.
Hideo
Doesn't it
Kojima
suck? Yeah.
hires him to be in
Death Stranding, but that's
like,
not coming out till 2020. So
Right, but Allison Road is coming out 2017. I think that'd be really cool.
Okay, so Death Stranding coming out in 2020.
no, that's not confirmed. But it's gonna be a long time. That game
It is.
looks like a graphical marvel. I think it's gonna be way off.
I don't know.
I think those trailers, dog. You
No,
know,
no,
there's
I'm
no
not-
gameplay.
I'm not
gonna.
saying it's gonna come out this
yeah.
year, but I'm just saying like.
I think 2019, 2020 is my bet.
Okay. Really?
It's gonna get. They're gonna announce it for 2018. Here's my prediction. They're like, it's coming out in 2018. Gets delayed to at least 2019.
Yeah, I can
No,
see
I
that.
disagree. I think they're going to definitely keep this something in
Try
the
to get-
mix
try to
and
make
try
it
to
out.
get it out. But they're definitely going to take their time. But it's not going to be delayed. If it gets delayed, it'll be like a Batman delay.
Yeah.
Because
I just feel like we live in a world where
this
like
is not good
delays
enough to
happen.
get to the fans.
Jason, not
I've
good.
definitely seen this.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
I think we posted it on the Facebook page. You should check that
Yeah.
out.
We've actually discussed this a little bit, but that was a while. Well, it was quite a while ago.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
It's
So
good to bring it back up.
yeah, and I mean we got a little more information on it. Basically, what's going to happen is you're going to have how many players do you think? Because it's not confirmed.
How many teenagers would go on a summer trip?
I'd say it's
Six?
about 6 or 7.
8?
Six-
Like,
yeah,
I
6
don't-
to 8.
So imagine
Plus
you have
Jason.
yeah. So imagine you
yeah.
have 7 players come in a lobby. 6 of you guys get to be the teenagers. 1 of you gets to be Jason. And that Jason chases these teenagers around and kills them.
Okay.
That's basically what it is.
Okay. No.
What would you think about that?
That I don't know. That's tough to me because, I mean, I like how it's kind of Russian roulette of who gets to be Jason.
Yeah. Or who knows how it's even works? Maybe you get to pick who's Jason.
But I don't know. I'm kind of one of those guys that doesn't really wear do the mic.
Yeah, you had to, like I feel like in today's world, if you're definitely gonna play multiplayer games, you gotta have like your setup, your mic, it's crystal clear audio. You know, you get to really kind of plug in.
And you don't want to deal with those freaking noobs who are
Yeah.
like.
But then let's imagine this.
Jason's
Leonard,
just
'cause
swinging
I,
an
I,
axe.
I know you. I know
I'm
you
like,
said
come
Leonard.
on.
I know you said Leonard that you wouldn't want to talk on a mic. But remember the Slender Man game we were talking about? How it had that online multiplayer.
So
basically, what happens is you got this online multiplayer with all these people, and then you have, let's say, Jason, and all of you can be talking, and you can all be on huge different sides of this massive map, right? And the closer you get in, the more clear other people's audio becomes.
Yeah, so you like we should imagine like, and this is not in the game. We don't know for sure.
Yeah, we're not sure. This would
telling
be
you
a good idea,
if,
though.
What if?
Right. Yeah. What if?
Yeah, it was. He's right. It's the old Slender Man game that was coming out. It's multiplayer, but when multiplayer players get close together, you actually hear them on the mic. But if your buddy like walks away too far, you won't hear them anymore. So there's scenarios where you're like,
damn.
yeah, let's be together. Dot dot dot. Where's Jake? Jake, where are you at? Oh God. You know what I'm saying?
And he's gone.
Yeah, you can't hear him because he either got killed or he's too far away from you.
Now
And then it
imagine
causes
that.
some suspense and some,
Yeah,
oh God, where's
exactly.
Jake? You know, I think that'd be
That
cool.
could definitely
That would
pick
play-
up. Oh God.
That
Yeah,
would play
yeah,
on some
I see
serious
that.
nerves
I got
right
you.
there, because
Yeah.
you wouldn't know whether or not he went away or he got killed, just like you said. Now that the suspense of that would be, that would bring out even better.
Oh God. Yeah.
That would bring out so much more things in the game. Imagine that.
That'd be pretty cool.
Fantastic.
That'd be awesome.
That would be. All right. Anyways.
Did you watch The Walking Dead twice? There's 2 Walking Dead
No,
games?
there's there's a Telltale
All right, so,
and there's
yeah,
the
so next
Overkill.
up we have The Walking Dead: A New Frontier.
Okay.
So, neither of you guys played this game.
No.
I don't
Hold
even
up,
know
hold up.
why it would be
I-
on the
I-
horror list,
I
but it was
played
technically
episode
considered.
1.
Played episode 1?
I played episode 1. It was good.
A New Frontier, or just
Just The Walking Dead. It was a Telltale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got you.
I played it. It was fun, but it kind of got to where it was repetitive to me.
I mean,
Just,
Telltale games
just
are
what
hard.
you do is repetitive. Like not the storyline was new and clear, but it's just you're doing the same thing.
So
Then
how's
again,
this?
that was episode.
Is this
one.
more of a
Right.
story-based game, or is it?
This one is a story-based game. It takes place like 4 years after the second game. And you got your little girl Clementine. You don't get to see her until like halfway through the game. Spoilers. And
You can't say spoilers after you spoil.
you're
something.
right. You're right. Spoilers.
Isn't that how
you
that
don't.
wo-
You don't get to.
You've
see
already
Clementine.
told them. Like, continue with your point.
All right. So anyways,
I'm so sorry, people.
in the original, this is my favorite part about this. I only wrote this down so I can say one thing about this game
Yeah.
because it makes me so sad. It made me cry the first time I heard it. All right.
Okay.
but I did play both games religiously
Didn't
like
flinch.
4 times. All right, so you get to walk up and you get to witness this little girl that you've basically raised in these 2 games for like hours and hours and hours and hours of gameplay. You just get to see her and be like, man, she's so old. She's on her own. And then you cry, like me, because I'm a little bitch.
No, I got you there.
Man. Okay, anyways.
What the hell did this turn into?
Okay, so let's move on from The Walking Dead.
Okay, that laughs at me really, really loud. You might want to edit that out, bro.
I'm keeping it. Go.
All right, Resident Evil 7. Christian, this is yours.
Resident Evil 7. So I don't know why I have to be in charge of this. Resident Evil 7, it's going to be a return to form. We haven't had a Resident Evil game since like 6. Duh.
Obviously. Yeah, pretty sure.
And the point is like they're kind of changing the formula of these games. You know what I'm saying? Usually it's a third-person shooter, like, oh my god, what's happening? Co-op, LAN play, you know?
Right.
Now they're kind of switching the perspective. It's kind of first-person, like Outlast kind of style, where like you're just kind of walking through a creepy environment and like, oh my god, did that pot move over there? What's that noise? And you know, kind of get you freaked out. This is also going to be one of the first games to support PlayStation VR mainstream. So this is kind of like a big one in my book, because this is going to set like a standard for like VR games, for like the horror VR games, and how it's all going to work out. It's supposed to be really, really creepy.
As much as I agree with you, I don't like that concept. I really, stick with it. You know, you've done. Now, granted, there's a difference between Resident Evil 2. There's a difference between those and what you see now. But that's just because video games have developed, further and further and further as the games came out.
Right.
So, just stick with what we all know, what we all love. There's been so many people to say that the Resident Evil games are beyond better than the movies.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
exactly.
But it's just stick to what you know. Who cares about the VR? Stick to what you know. Let it be the game that it can be on its own.
Yeah.
So here's where I would disagree with you on that, because I respect that opinion, but if you're not gonna go out and break new ground, then what's the point of being?
I think sales were declining is the thing. It's like if you look at sales-wise and like at success of these games, it's starting to pitch. And I think
that's honestly because
why.
the games got worse and worse.
Yeah.
Resident Evil 4 is by far the best Resident Evil I've ever seen a gamer say is the best Resident Evil.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
5 and 6 you had to slog through.
Exactly.
I don't know, I think this is like them hitting the reset button, whether I agree with it or not. It's like them hitting the reset button on this franchise and like hopefully works. You know what I'm saying? So like it's weird to see where it's gonna go.
Now, would you think?
I can agree with you on that.
Do you think that they're gonna bring out? I'm sure they are. This is my opinion. I'm sure they will. But do you think that they'll bring out? You got your VR game for it, but then you also have your standard game for it.
No, the whole game can play be either VR or no VR.
So it can be played in VR or no VR. So
But you're still getting that first-person concept.
Yeah, you're still.
See,
So
I
either way-
disagree with the first-person concept.
That's
It doesn't matter about the
that's what
VR.
it is.
It's the first-person concept that I don't like. And
I don't know.
the only way you're gonna get the VR is if you get that first-person concept.
Yeah, it's third-person VR games. So, I mean, I get you
Well,
saying. Yeah, you lose the game.
Now
I
how
feel you,
about
dog.
how about if it's like, do you think it's possible for them to be like Skyrim, where you can switch in and out of third person for this game?
I see what you're saying. Well, that's a button. Who knows?
That-
I mean,
You
that-
click
maybe
R3 or L3 and
that
boom,
could
you're in
work.
third
I
person.
haven't seen much
person
gameplay.
work.
We played a little bit of the not trailers, but the demos for
Right.
that came out for it. It looks really scary. It looks damn scary, especially when you're there. I mean, I just spilled the shit. Especially when you're there. My lap is so hot. Ow, what's this last game? Last year?
Last year. Okay, so last year.
Fucking crotch. I continue. Just ow.
You're good, man. All right, so last year, basically Friday the 13th. This one should have followed up Friday the 13th, but we got a little off. So last year is basically. Oh my God.
Continue. It's a sneeze. I'm sorry. It just came up. Last year. It's not funny. Come on, let's go.
All right, anyway. So basically.
Last year, dude. I don't know anything about last year. What the hell is last year?
All right, so
Wyatt?
last year is, how we talked about Friday the 13th, how you could have like 6 players all on one map, and then one person would be Jason.
Right.
Oh, we also had this on our Facebook page.
Yeah,
But-
we
but
put
the-
this on our Facebook
the
page.
okay. So you're like in a high school, and there's like kids, and one person is the killer. But the killer has like special abilities, like he can go invisible, or like set trap doors, or like do stupid stuff. So you'll see like 2 people being together, and,
That's completely different things, bro.
and
Stupid
walk around a
stuff.
corner, and he like traps his friend, and then he's like, "Oh, where's my buddy at?" And then he teleports onto the ceiling, and then drops down and kills that kid. Really cool. I think it's on the Facebook page. Yeah, it's
Okay, so what you're saying is it's just like. Holy shit, Christian!
It's new. It's gonna be breaking the ground. Groundbreaking.
Oh my god, dude, you have to bust that laugh out. bro.
Last year also, in 2015, because this.
Continue to ignore me. Come on.
All right. Anyways, in 2015.
have so much editing because of you guys. Let's go. I'm just gonna segment this out.
So they had $4,000.
All right, well,
They had $400,000 in 2015 from donations. That's a lot of money.
So people, is that crowdfunded or donated?
That
It's a
is
huge difference.
that is from Kickstarter.
Okay, so crowd, like those people are getting the game though. This is
Right.
cool. Yeah.
But I mean, $400,000 in 6 months' time.
That's like pre-sales. It's like getting 400,000 in
That's insane.
pre-orders. That's nuts.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
that's
amount.
crazy. Yeah.
But
I got you.
definitely keep your
anyways,
eye on it. I think it's
Yeah,
gonna be-
definitely keep your eye on it.
it's
And
gonna
that
be
list of
interesting.
video games right there.
That's
was
kind of a dumb
my-
name.
What?
Hold on, let's just scroll back here.
last
You're in
year?
a high school.
You're in high
where
school,
you
it's their
kill- where you
senior
kill
year.
kids. It's their senior year.
Oh, okay.
It's their
Last,
last
I'm like
year.
thinking like 2016 last year, not like
Oh,
this is
yeah,
our last
I'm
year.
like last year. Yeah, no, yeah.
No, I
that's
got you.